Yeah, he said, "Will Pittsburgh blitz to cover up their secondary woes?"
They're definitely going to blitz. They're definitely going to blitz.
They're going to blitz the hell out of Jake Browning.
Yeah.
Chicken G.
If they do, I've got some props for you.
Yes.
Something we're going to start doing more of on the show because I know you guys like money. We like to make you guys some money. I personally would advise taking Joe Mixon receptions. It's currently slated at 2.5. I would also take Tanner Hudson. It's currently slated at 2.5, but I wouldn't take Tanner Hudson at 2.5. I would take Tanner Hudson at 4 because I believe 4 will be plus money. Tanner Hudson last week to have 4 receptions against the Minnesota Vikings was plus 280.
5 was plus 400.
But 5 was more actually.
Plus 500.
It went up to 600 at one point in time. They didn't think he would get that. He has been a guy that Jake Browning has definitely been going to a lot more. I think that is going to be where you're going to make a lot of cash between Joe Mixon and Tanner Hudson this week. So if you're looking to make some money and you like to bet, take Tanner Hudson's receptions at 4. Get it at 4 because right now it's at 2.5. Yeah. For some reason, Vegas keeps disrespecting him. And Vegas, I love you. I appreciate you so much for continuing to make his lines at 2.5 because he has hit that line in every single game he's played for the Bengals, I believe.
2.5. Since he's had at least 2 every single game this year.
Yeah.
And 3 since Jake Browning.
His line, now I gotta fact check this. I believe Tanner Hudson's been consistently getting 4. The only time I don't think he got 4 was against the blowout against the Colts. But since he's called, when was he called up? Mercy, do you remember when he was called up?
Before the Bills game, at
before
least.
the Bills game, right?
Well, he played. He played Monday Night Football.
Oh, he played early in the
and then went back down and then got signed to the active roster.
Played the Titans too, I think.
This has been Tanner Hudson's line since the Buffalo Bills game. You guys ready?
Yep.
4 receptions, 6 receptions, 4 receptions, 4 receptions, 4 receptions. Colts game, 2 receptions. Minnesota Vikings game, 5 receptions. So he's only not hit that in 1 game. 4 receptions is the way to go. If you hear me out, because I'm trying to make you some money before Christmas, so you can give that girl a little ring or something like that, right? You want to do that? 4 receptions for Tanner Hudson. I promise you, it's going to be plus money. Tanner Hudson, Joe Mixon at 3 receptions. I would trust Joe Mixon at 4, but I would just say 3 receptions because sometimes Tanner Hudson kind of goes away from it, or they have Chase Brown eating to his reception. So again, Tanner Hudson, Joe Mixon receptions, and Jalen Warren receptions because they're going to give that up.
So I'm with you. I love those. Jalen Warren as well. I mean, I went back and looked at the game logs. Like Jalen Samuels back in 2019, like I said, 2 straight games of 8+ receptions. Rudolph's going to have to check down the ball. I also like taking Chase Brown over receiving yards and rushing yards. His receiving yards 15.5. Yeah. 15.5. And I'm confident that, like you said, every single game,
the last 2 weeks.
He's had 9, 11, and 10 touches. He's getting at least 9 touches a game. He'll turn 9 touches minimum into 50 yards. At worst, I'll take his over 15 receiving yards. They're going to have to check down the ball, screen plays. Chase Brown, I love his over.
Yeah. I mean, in general, I mean, I don't want to say necessarily for the Bengals, but especially for the Steelers, just attempts of both of the backs, man. Like that, They need to be running early and often. And it's one of those things where they're probably not going to shy away from it either. Regardless of what the score is, I doubt there's going to be a situation where they truly just drop Mason Rudolph back time and time again. Those running backs are going to be heavily involved. You know, if you want to lean more of the receiving game, do it. If you want to lean more of just the rushing game, do it. You know, maybe lean more Najee, attempts with more Warren yards kind of vibe. But like in general, those running backs are going to have a very, very, very busy Saturday.
And one last one, bet Mason Rudolph to throw an interception. I don't know what the line is, whatever it is, -160, -170. Bet Mason Rudolph to throw an interception. So I absolutely love that.